I need a thumbnail.
We'll do the thumb. Do you want us to do the thumbnail at the start or the end?
Yeah.
Now?
Okay, maybe at the end when we know what the vibe of the video is.
The vibe. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel and to another video. Today I have a very special guest, Rachel!
Hi.
Rachel's never been in a YouTube video, so let's all be lovely and kind to her while I interview her about Vancouver. Oh my god, why can't I say Vancouver? Vancouver versus Dublin is what we're gonna do. So city versus city. You guys love these sorts of videos, so we're doing, I guess, like the pros and cons, which one's better, which one's worse, which you prefer for different reasons. And we'll probably have Flo come up here and annoy us because she likes to be part of, like, yeah, the girls. She's always around. So Rach, give us a little bit about yourself, like why you moved here, how long you've been here, stuff like that.
So yeah, I moved here at the end of September last year, so it's been like 6 months now, which is great. I just graduated from uni, so kind of everybody, once they finish college, they either go to Australia or America or Vancouver. And yeah, I chose Vancouver because I heard great things. You get the best of both worlds during winter and summer, so I was like, why not? Yeah, so far so good.
Yay! Sorry, Flo is being very annoying. I'm just gonna like grab her. Come here. Come here. Bubba. Okay, are you ready for me to ask you some questions?
Yes.
Alrighty, so friends, making friends, the friendly vibe of the city, Dublin versus Vancouver, what have you found? What can you compare them to?
I feel like I can't really compare them because obviously I come from Ireland and I went to college and school in Dublin, so I already had friends. I moved over here by myself, so I would say I definitely had friends back home. And moving here, it actually is easy to make friends as long as you put yourself out there, and there's Facebook groups and so many people are willing to fuck, what do you mean willing? So many people are open, and yeah, people are very nice. You just have to put yourself out there and join
That's so interesting. So many people, including myself, are like, Vancouver's so unfriendly. No one hangs out with you or talks to you. So you're thinking that it's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there are, sometimes you do meet people and then it just, nothing actually comes of it. So yeah. I think
I'm sort of with you in terms of Melbourne as well. Like, if you put yourself out there anywhere, you should it should get reciprocated. If it doesn't, they're probably not right for you in terms of making friends. So which do you say overall is like more friendly, if you're going to give like a point to Dublin or a point to Vancouver? Regardless of, like, if I was to go to Dublin, would you be like, oh, everyone's gonna be way more friendly? Or
I think it'd be easier to make friends here, to be honest. Like in Dublin, like, it's very small and tight knit. Like, everybody kind of has their groups and communities, and Irish people don't really, I wouldn't really have an immigrant friend. It sounds bad, but like back home in Ireland, like, everybody kind of knows everyone from school and college, and like that's kind of what you stick with. Whereas people, kind of everyone here is kind of blow-ins as well, so they're a lot more open.
That's so true. Everyone's from somewhere else in Vancouver.
Yeah.
If you meet someone from Vancouver, it's a rarity. That never happens.
Yeah.
What about weather? I know Vancouver's weather is pretty awful, but I heard it rains a lot in Ireland as well. So
it's kind of the same in Ireland, except it's the crappy weather here is year-round in Ireland, whereas you do get some nice months, and you don't get the snow in Ireland. So I think it's better here.
Have you ever seen snowfall in Ireland, or would you have to?
Yeah, but like, it's more like slush and it's wet and you can't.
It doesn't like stick, like you can't make like a snowman or anything. Okay. Flo! Hey. Baba, please. She's being so annoying. Okay. So, job opportunities. If I was to move to Ireland, do you think I would have the same kind of shot at job opportunities? Do you think there's more job opportunities here than back home for you? I guess it depends on the field, but just overall, do you think that people are really struggling with unemployment back home? Or do you think it's more so here that everyone's like, oh, I can't find a job, there's no good jobs?
Yeah, I find it really hard to find a job here. I don't know, a proper job? I don't know. Yeah, I was unemployed for like a few months there. Career job, yeah. Yeah, it's not as big as a city as I thought it was going to be. There's not like kind of huge companies. I mean, back home in Ireland, there's Facebook, Intel, like there's quite big companies back home in Ireland. I just finished college, so I didn't actually really try to get into any career back home. So.
But what about, like, I guess your other friends, have they gone out into the workforce and been quite successful? Or are they like, oh my god, there's nothing around?
No, they've all left. They've all gone to like Australia or...
Oh, they all left Ireland.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's the answer. But I guess it's just what you do when you finish college. Did you guys do a gap year? Because in Australia, when you finish high school, you usually do a gap year before going to uni. In Ireland, is it like you finish university, then you go overseas? Is that kind of a thing, or?
Yeah, people don't take gap years in Ireland because people usually don't come back and go to college. They're
like, bye forever.
Yeah, exactly. That's not really what people do. They go straight into college right after, and then they go traveling after. Or they can do J1s. Everybody does J1s, where you take the summer away during college.
What does J1 mean?
It's basically for students. They can apply to live in other countries just for the summertime. Work and live in countries, so like a lot of people go to Boston or Chicago or that sort of thing.
Fancy. Yeah. Did you ever want to go to Boston or Chicago?
No. I have to work and save.
And now you're here. Woo. Yay. Okay, the transit system. So do you think it's better here with like the buses, the sky trains, things like that? Or do you think Ireland has got like a better thing going on and you can always get like a bus or a train? You have trams there as well? Or do you have
we have darts and the Lewis. You can just hop on the Lewis, it's free. And you just hop on. You can get all around the city.
Fair bit.
Yeah, there's no Lewis. It's better in Dublin because there's no Lewis in the city here. Like,
what is Lewis? Is it a train or is it a tram? What's a dart?
Or what is it? It's like a miniature train that literally there's train tracks in the city.
Oh, is it? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Is there a driver?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this kind of seems like a tram. Yeah. Like it's, how many, probably 20 people can fit on it? Or is it quite big?
Yeah, it's quite long. Yeah. But like you can hop on off for free. Like,
if I find a picture, I'll insert it in here of what a dart looks like. Because I don't know. So it's better. What do you think of the buses here?
Yeah, no, you can get left like, The
buses are so hit or miss here. They're usually always on time. But then if it's nighttime, there's no buses ever. Or if you miss one, there's not one for another like half an hour.
Yeah.
Like the other Saturday night when we were waiting for a bus.
Yeah.
It's like half an hour wait on a Saturday night. And it was not late. It was like 7 p.m.
Yeah. But it's much easier to get taxis here. Way easier.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can't get a taxi back home.
What about Ubers? Are Ubers big in Ireland?
Just taxis, yeah.
So no Uber?
No Uber back home, no.
No Uber? You heard it here first. I didn't know that. One day. Maybe it's there now. You don't know. So many things like happened in Australia when I moved here. I was like, oh, you have that now. Population. Do you think there's way more, like density-wise in Dublin, do you think it's a lot more populated than Vancouver?
Like you'd walk into people constantly walking down Dublin. Like it's just so crammed. There's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Way more dense in Dublin, I think.
Yeah. Have you found as well in Vancouver that there's just no one around? Like, where is everyone? On like a Saturday night, you're like, hello. Downtown's like dead. I'm like, where does everyone go? I think they just don't come out. Yeah. Or they're just hiking or something, I guess. Probably. In the middle of the night. They're like all camping. Or in Whistler. Okay, safety crime-wise, do you feel walking around downtown Dublin you feel safer, or downtown Vancouver you feel safer? I know my pick with Melbourne, but it's also... Melbourne, I think, is a little bit more unsafe just because the population's like triple Vancouver's, but I don't, like, if I was to be in Gastown, that sort of area of downtown Vancouver, I'd feel unsafe. But then because there's no one around, it's such a hit or miss. Like it's better in Melbourne because it's really populated, so there's more chance of if something happens, someone's there to help you out or anything like that. Whereas here, everywhere's dead quiet. So if something was to happen, no one would know.
Yeah.
But I've been grabbed here at like Granville Street. Like someone grabbed my forearm and like yelled at me, and I've had that. But in Melbourne, I think overall there's a lot more cases of women getting, taken or things happening to them in parks, and I don't know. It's hard to know overall the crime rate. I think it'd probably be on par. But I would say overall I'd probably be a little bit more unsafe in Melbourne just because of the largeness of the city. But what do you think?
I think, safety numbers, like when you're downtown in Dublin, I mean, there's just so many people around, like nothing would ever happen. Like there's just too many people for anything. Yeah, I've never really heard of anything crazy happening in Dublin either. Unless you're like gangs and stuff.
Is there gang violence?
There's Kinahan and Hutch gang. But that's kind of it, and everyone knows about them. And
is it
drug related? They just kill each other.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
other than that,
there's gangs in like Surrey and different things like that, and they just kill within. And
Yeah.
Hells Angels is actually in Vancouver. I don't know if you know that. They own a lot of, like, a few of the nightclubs. Yeah.
ooh.
Here first, saucy. They own a lot of the city. Scenic. Which do you think is visually prettier overall, like city? Do you think, wow, Vancouver, the water, the mountains, or are you like, oh, Dublin, a beautiful, historic?
No, Dublin is not beautiful.
Isn't it?
Unless you like go to like South Dublin, like you have Dunleary and Howth. Howth is actually not. But yeah, I mean, we have a pier in Dublin, and it's not the most.
I didn't know that Dublin was on the water. It's on the water.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely Vancouver. I mean, even if you just look outside your window and see like snowy mountains and the sea as well, like
it is gorgeous.
It's unreal. Or even when I first came here and like driving over the bridge into downtown when it like nighttime, when it's dark and just all these apartments with lights and everything. There's nothing like that in Dublin. Like, no, it's gorgeous here. Definitely.
It's really beautiful. Okay, Vancouver wins for that one for sure on my end as well. Housing. I know that we've spoken about this, but obviously these guys don't know. Housing crisis in Ireland is a thing.
Yeah.
Do you think if you're looking for a rental here versus Dublin, it's kind of on par, or do you think it's harder?
More here. There's definitely more here. There's always something going here that you can find. Whereas like in Dublin, like there's actually, like when there people are doing viewings, like there's like hundreds of people outside the house.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's like a joke. Yeah.
Where does the housing crisis come from in Ireland? They're just not making enough housing for the people that they have?
Not enough. Yeah. There's really just not enough housing and affordable housing as well. Like
your friends that are there, are they renting, or are they like still at home and they're just commuting? Like, is it that?
Everybody commutes to college, really. Yeah. Because everything's so close. I was in Kildare and I commuted 2 hours to Dublin. And a lot of people do that. Most people do commute.
2 hours one way?
Yeah.
That's far. Yeah. I mean, my university was, I guess, an hour and a half from Melbourne City but I didn't commute. I lived there. But people do it if they have jobs out. They just commute in Melbourne. Yeah. Distance is such a big thing here. People like do not commute. People complain about a 20-minute drive. It's so strange to me. I don't get it. Salary. I guess it's hard because I know that you were just in university, but do you think overall the cost of living and the medium salary price makes more sense in Dublin or here?
Do you know what? The normal shop here is like M&S back home, and if you're Irish, you'll know like
Mass
it's like
expensive.
Yeah, well, you know it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
it's also in England. I've been to
England. There's no Aldi like cheap stuff where you can just like get your full shop for like 50 quid. Like I went shopping the other day. I got like a few days worth of food. It was like $120. Like it's a joke.
It's ridiculous.
It's a joke.
So bad.
So yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's just cheaper supermarkets in general back home, and clothes as well. There's no pennies. Like you can't go in anywhere here. Like the cheapest shop here that you can go to is H&M. There's no pennies.
Well,
you just hit your bits. No.
And it's still $20-30 for like a shirt.
Yeah.
It's not really that cheap.
It's not pennies.
But do you think, I guess, does the salary match what's going on back home? Like, can you live on 50k a year easily in Ireland? I guess it's different because you have
definitely
like the conversion.
Yeah, but it works out. Actually, the rent here would be the rent back home in Ireland would actually be more.
Really?
Yeah, it would be. But I mean, just cost of living is less
because of the housing. I guess they're like, well, you've got a house.
In Dublin, but cost of living is way less.
Yeah, I think so too. Like in Australia, the rent is pretty similar. But again, I haven't rented in Australia since 2017. But a room in a share house is around $700-800, including everything back in Melbourne. But then you're getting paid at minimum like $25 an hour for most jobs. So it really does. Like you end up saving and still having a lot to go off. So I feel like here you're just getting by.
Just be smart with money. Yeah. And you'll be fine. Yeah.
I guess finally to wrap up, if someone was thinking about moving to either Dublin, Ireland, or Vancouver, Canada, why would someone want to go like to Dublin over Vancouver, or like what sort of advice could you give after living in both?
I would say if you were to go to Dublin, I mean, you can see the whole country like when you're there, whereas like you have to travel very far to see anywhere worth seeing here. I mean, like the other cities are like days away, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas like you could literally see the whole country in a matter of days. Everything is like in a 4-hour distance. And like Galway is so different to Dublin and Donegal, like they're all such different places, but you get to see it all. So Dublin is great if you have like a group to go with.
I think it'd be fun if you went with friends.
Yeah. And in comparison to this place, we're still figuring it out.
So if someone from, I don't know, someone from Australia was watching this and they're thinking, should I go to Canada or Ireland? Why should they come here, or why should they go to Dublin, like, or Ireland? What would be like the perks of going there over here? Like, I guess what sort of trip they want to get out of it as well.
Yeah, definitely if you're looking for more of kind of drinking and partying, go to Ireland.
Yep.
Yeah, you won't really find that here. If you're more outdoorsy and like hiking, swimming, walking, what else?
Outdoorsy stuff. I think if you're maybe a little bit older and like outdoorsy stuff, come to Vancouver.
Yeah.
But I also think as well, really make it just like a decision why you're moving somewhere to live over just a holiday. Because I think living here is so different to going on a vacation here. I think you can do a lot over a summer, like 3 months in Ireland. You could do, I think, the whole country, plus maybe you could do like, you know, England, Scotland, and Wales.
Exactly. It's all
Have you seen a lot of the UK?
I went to London, not really, no.
You haven't been to Scotland?
No.
Really?
I know it's right there, but like...
No,
it's just like Ireland, really. It's all the same, yeah.
It's all the same. You heard it here first.
Change.
Don't even bother. If you say to Ireland. Well, I mean England. Should I not bother going to Ireland? Or... Guys, thank you so much for watching. Rachel doesn't have socials, so don't find her anywhere because she isn't on anything.
Guys, don't even try.
But if you want me to ask any more questions, or if you have Ireland specific questions, then comment down below. We'll make another video. Did you have fun? Was this a great time?
Yeah, sorry for it's a bit awkward, but yeah, it's good.
Well, not everyone is a YouTuber, and I think you did amazing. So
harder than it looks.
Yeah, it's hard just to stare at that, not the screen, isn't it?
Because we're so pretty.
You just want to stare at yourself. Okay. Anyway, love you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.